Hey, beautiful people. It is makeup artist DeShawn Hatcher. I pray to all the gods that you can hear me. I pray that you can see me. Tonight is a special night because it's Emmy night, which means this is going to be a shorter night because I like to watch the Emmys myself. Um, I happen to love the Emmys, so this is good. We're going to be done by 8. Okay, I don't like to miss the Emmys. Um, Let me finish setting myself up. I'm on here, somewhat on time. Thank God. Thank God for something. Um, I just want to make sure that I can see what you guys are saying to me. There we go. Yeah, people, I love the freaking Emmys. Like I really do. So I don't want to miss. I mean, I had to turn off everything because I was having mic feedback, so I couldn't talk. I mean, I can't watch it while I talk to you, which is like, oh, hey Sonia, hi sweetheart. Nalise, hi Nalise. Ah, Leighton, hi, sweetheart. Hey, you beautiful people. Yes, people, we talking Emmys, Emmys. I love the Emmys. I love this year. I love this year in particular because there's so many good people being nominated. Like, I know I'm gonna be mad by the time by the time the Emmys are over. I'm probably be pissed off. Okay, but I just happen to love the Emmys, and I was watching the red carpet, and I love all of that stuff. Hey, Jennifer. So I figured since this is the Emmys, we could talk red carpet makeup. We can talk about what happens when you get on the red carpet. We can talk a little bit about setbacks. I have two setbacks here. They're not full, and they don't have anything in it, unfortunately. But I wanted to show you the two types of setbacks that I use when I'm doing red carpet work, when I'm shadowing around with some celebrities. These are the two types of bags. I have one more bag actually, but it's not here. It's actually in my kit. I'm going to work tomorrow, so I actually packed my bag up and it's all packed away. So um, I'll show you guys the two kind of bags right now that I normally carry and give you my wackadoo sense of why I do what I do with it. Okay. Hey, Lori. Hi, sweetheart. Hey, Jennifer. Thank you for loving the lip color. Thank you. I appreciate that. It'd be a lip pencil. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, people. Like I said, it's Emmys tonight. I'm gonna give y'all like 2 more seconds to get on here. Like for real. Like she ain't joking. She's watching Emmys. If I had enough time, I would have like popped some popcorn for myself and watched the Emmys because I don't know how I forgot it was the Emmys. I keep thinking everything is next week, next week, next week, but it's actually today. Um, Lavish Ray, hello. Yes, honey. So, okay. Hello, Mr. Southwood. So, here's the tee hee hee. Any questions you guys have about red carpet, please ask me. Like I said, I think we're going to get the show on the road because she don't want to miss a minute of the Emmys. I'm already missing the red carpet. I'm so pissed. Okay. So, so the red carpet is a very funky situation. So let's go over what happens with the celebrities. Okay. Now I've never done the Emmys, so I'm not gonna, blow smoke and be like, oh yes, I've done the Emmys and I've done the Oscars. No, I haven't done that. I've done movie premieres and press junkets and things like that. So obviously what will happen is we show up very early. Like it's not even it wouldn't this would not be a normal day in terms of like Glam Squad normally shows up hours before this red carpet. So as you can see, it's like, well, it's technically it's was it 4 o'clock in the afternoon in LA. So normally I would say we'd get there maybe at, I want to say like 12, maybe even 11. We get there really early because I want you guys to understand that, your call time would be early, but you're sharing your time with somebody who's having 2 hours of hair and maybe even an hour of makeup, and then don't forget the dress fitting and all that stuff. So all of that, that's why our call times are so long, because it takes so long to get them ready. So I want you to realize that if you get a call time and they say 9 o'clock and you have to be, your person has to be on the red carpet by 4, well, you are sharing that time with a whole bunch of different people. And really, wardrobe takes precedence over us, because even though they may have chosen the look for that evening, sometimes weird things happen. They change their mind at the last minute. There's fittings, there's more fittings, there's zipper breaks, there's like all these things that can happen. So it sucks up our time. Again, this is why I keep saying, when you're fast as a makeup artist, it's the most important thing when you're fast, because you want to be able to kind of get her done. Like you don't want to be in a situation, especially with the Emmys, the Oscars, these really big, huge events. You don't want to be in the position to be doing her makeup in the car. Now, I haven't been in that position where I've done makeup in the car. It is what it is. But when it's the Emmys, a lot of times these ladies have these huge gowns. You can barely reach them. So it's not in the same format. You understand? So you really should be able to have them done before they're out of that house. You understand? So that's the other thing. So sometimes, like I said, you could have 6-hour lead time, and then all of a sudden that 6 hour for hair and makeup gets cut down to like, and then obviously, no offense to us makeup artists, but hair seems to take precedence a lot over us. So a lot of times the hair person might be adding a ton of hair. We're trying to work together with the hair team, but hair is paramount as well. So it's all hand in hand. But to be honest, makeup normally gets the short end of the stick when it comes to it. We just do. I would love to say that people take precedence over makeup, maybe Jennifer Lopez, but most of the time, yeah. I use more lip stains for red carpets. What do you use instead? I agree, Sonia. I agree. The lip stains are a key. I like if it's like a deep lip, like a red lip or something like that, or any color. Yes, stain that lip. Stain it. Like work that lip. I mean, take that powder and set that lip, and then put the lipstick back on and set it again. Like you want to get that joint to stay on. And the other thing is, I love to stay close to someone's natural lip color, as close as I can. So when I'm doing a nude, sometimes it's easiest when it depends clearly on their lip color, because sometimes lip colors can be a little too pink, too red, too dark, to whatever, to achieve the look that we want. But a lot of times I'm able to kind of use somebody's actual lip color. So if they, because a lot of times, guys, so you understand that when you do these types of things, a lot of times you're not on the red carpet with them. I know the Oscars is very picky about who's on that red carpet. And so people normally just can't have their glam squad on the red carpet. I have been on red carpets, but believe you me, that wasn't no Oscars, okay? And that was no Emmys. But yeah, a lot of times you can't be with them. And a lot of times what will happen is you will do their makeup and their hair, and they leave you, and that's it. That's it. Your day is done. And you just watch from the TV. And then you go, why didn't she blot her face? You go there, you go through that. I hope the makeup holds up. You go through that angst of, is she gonna look good? Because we're not with them all the time. So I want you guys to realize that we don't have the control. So a lot of times I really do like to do something that's very natural on their lips, because you can't tell. That's why. That's just my little thing. Hey, music in me. Hi, sweetheart. I didn't see you there. What tips do you have on completing an eye look in a short amount of time for red carpet while still being very precise and detailed? Well, I mean, to me, you can't ever fail a smoky eye, because it's really kind of like smoke, and then lashes. So you really can't, like, I think in terms of speed, I think a smoky eye is just like everything, because 1 or 2 colors, a really good pencil, and some lashes could get you over. That's a quickie. You know what I mean? And then you get into more precision looks if you have more time. But smoky eyes, to me, a smoky eye is everything. So I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to show you if I can. Where is it? Here it is. Okay. So I'm going to show you the first little bag. I have a couple of little bags. So when I'm doing a red carpet, right? Remember, we have already done the look. So the look is done, period, point blank. So a lot of times what will happen is you'll be like, is DeShawn working? So you might see me and you might see me with something this size. Let's see if you can see it, right? You'll be like, what kind of step bag is that? Okay. Well, I love this little bag. I bought this bag. I bought two a long time ago from I want to say Neiman Marcus. And it's just a toiletry bag for women. But the coolness of it is, let me see how I can show you. The coolness of this little bag. I bought it for myself. And then I was like, oh my God, this would make a really good touch-up bag. So you guys, let me see, make sure you guys can see this because I know my lights. Okay, here's where you put brushes, right? So I normally, whatever I work on goes in here. So all the brushes that I have go in here. And then this cute little bag, it's Velcroed in and it's huge. It's actually pretty big. This bag is really big and you can hold a lot of stuff in this bag. So I love this bag. And then you just put it back in. And then this side right here, it holds more. So lip gloss, lip pencil. So you can kind of compartmentalize everything that you need. And it's really small and it doesn't get in the way. And you're not like, oh my God, I can't. Like sometimes I want to breathe. You know, sometimes I want to breathe and I can't breathe because it's too much stuff and I can't find it. So I'll show you the other bag. Give me a second. Move back. So let's see. So everybody's seen these, right? Okay. So every now and then you'll see I will use this. You'll see this big ass bag. I normally like to use this bag when I'm doing hair and makeup. Wait. I know this thing was, hold up. This thing was on my sofa. Ah, there we go. And so the beauty of the bag is clearly, hold up. Hold up. Here. So the beauty of the bag is that you can kind of see everything that's in the bag, right? You can see everything. So if you're in a hurry, you're like, oh my God, where's the eye drops? Oh my God. Then you can see it clearly. This one is, like I said, this one is more for when I'm doing both hair and makeup. My brushes and everything go in here. I like that. Let me see. What's your advice and organization tips for shoots and or fast move events such as an award show? I happen to, like I said, I like to put everything that I've used on them inside of like something like this. Sorry guys, you can't see it. Something like this bag right here. So as soon as I'm done and I've, once we start packing up and we're cleaning up, I have separated everything I'm going to need for the touch up. Everything is now placed inside of this little bag, right? And so all I have on me is what's inside this little bag, including gum and Q-tips and eye stuff and all of that stuff. All goes in here and you'd be amazed. Everything really does fit in here. I also like to, I don't have it. Let me see if I have any in here. This is not what I use. I'll just do it this way. This is not what I use. You guys know I like that stick with it palette. This is not what I use. I'm making this clear. But I normally like to, I don't know how to open this. Hold up. There we go. And of course it's broken. But you take a palette and I as you can see, I did somebody's makeup with this before. So as you can see, sorry guys, there's like some blush in here and some eyeshadows. And then these things have these little compartments in it. This is cute. This doesn't really float my boat, but it's cute. The reason why this doesn't float my boat, because I would like it to be bigger. See, let me tell you, oh wait, let me show you guys real quick. So in here, right, in this little thing right here is a little bit of the foundation and whatever else I need. So I would put like a little foundation in here. I would put concealer if I needed. Anything for touch up would go in here. So I normally carry around a palette such as this, but I carry the Stick With Me palette, which is in my bag right now. And that's how I normally carry stuff around with me. My Stick With It, I'm going to do a video. You know, guys, I'm coming back to YouTube with videos. So you will see what I do with my bag come YouTube land, videos, because it's easier for me to show you because my desk I got 2 computers now on my desk. I can't really have it. But as you can see, I have pulled out foundation colors. See, here's the problem. Oops. Here's the problem with everybody buying these damn palettes. Y'all are buying palettes on top of palettes, right? So this is my personal makeup stash right here. So I have palettes, right? These were given to me by Salazi. I happen to like them. I'm wearing them now. So this is cute and easy for me. This is quick, easy. I love these things, right? Look at this, real cute, right? Fantastic. Oh my God, it's great. But here's the problem. When we do not make our own palettes, I love these 2-3 colors for a client, right? I love those, but I can't take them with me. I can't physically take it out and take it with me. So what does that mean? It ain't gonna fit in here, right? Oh Lord, right? It's not gonna fit in here. But if you made your own palettes with your own colors in it, you could literally take the color out, put it inside one of these. Hello, what did I just do with it? Put it inside another palette. Hello, the crack is strong today. Put it in another palette. Hold up, where'd it go? I'm always resting on top, sorry. You take your individual colors that you just used, you put it inside a palette. You can have her whole face inside of a palette. But no, everybody has all of these extra things running around, and that's why your kits and everything is so heavy, and so you have to just take everything with you. Like, look at this cute little thing that you guys can get. This is from Makeup Forever. It's adorable. I paid for this. This is adorable. So I happen to love Inglot eyeshadows. So I take some Inglot eyeshadows out and I put them in here. Sorry. All right. So if I was doing a red carpet and I said, oh, these are the colors I just put on her eyes, I would be good to go. Right? This can fit perfectly, inside of my little bag. Look at that. It fits perfectly inside of that little bag. Right? Then you have a little blush. You have your powder puff. You have some extra powder. And you're going to carry a small, you don't need to carry this. You need to carry something smaller. I don't have it. It's over there. Here's one. So you see this? You can buy these and then put the powder in here if you need it. Or you can fill up a powder puff with powder and take it that way. But you don't have to carry this when you're going on the red carpet. You should carry something smaller. And you should look at the condensing my kit video that I have on here, because I give you guys some tips and tricks for you guys to start to condense that bag and to condense that kit. Oops. I'm not into carrying all this stuff like I used to. I used to carry so much stuff. This bag, that big bag, would be filled with stuff. And I would be breaking my neck, and I never really used it. I never used everything I carried. And I realized that with those big bags, if you really, actually, honestly, if you don't keep those huge bags kind of empty, you're not going to find what you want. You're just not. I've seen makeup artists who have the same bag. It is filled to the brim. It is weighing 25, 30 pounds. And, God bless them if they can find what they're looking for. But I need to find it mad fast. Sometimes it's like a split second. I don't have time. You don't even have time to think. You have to get it as quickly as you can. I can't get it out of here as quick as I can half the time. I can't find half the stuff in here. And I think I'm very organized when it comes to this stupid bag. And I still like, oh God. So remember in the video, I talk about these. They come in handy. Little tissues, little Q-tip bags. Never not, you know what I mean? So once you got to guys start thinking outside of your box and what will make you faster and more comfortable while you're working the red carpet. And seriously, don't forget gum, and don't forget gum, and don't forget mints. Those have to go in your bag too. Don't forget Excedrin. That might have to go in your bag too. It's all different things that you have to kind of carry with you. But small. She don't need a bottle of 100 Excedrin. She needs two pills. With so many new foundations on the market, how do you suggest buying specific colors for all skin colors and minimizing my space after I purchase them? Hey, Salon XLLC. Well, for me personally, I am a big cream person. I have been a cream makeup artist, if that's the way you say it. I've been using creams now since I started. That's how we got trained. That's how I got trained. We got trained on cream foundations. So they're easy to pack. When you guys ask me something, I'm constantly looking around to show you. Yeah, I just recently changed my whole setup. I used to have again, everything's in palettes, right? Everything is in your pre-made palette. You. So all you do is get yourself a palette, scoop out those colors, and you put it in here. That's it. I can carry in something like this, depending on how big these things are, depending on how big your, I forgot what you call these things. I forgot what you call these little container things. These, I think they're called wells, I think. So the things that hold the makeup, depending on how big they are, you can normally fit. I used to carry around with me pre-made that I made of Cinema Secrets, because I was such a Cinema Secrets person. This is before like Graftobian palettes. It's before stuff like this. So everything that I did predated these palettes, right? So in this palette, I hope I'm not blinding y'all. In this palette, this is my palette, that's why it's a mess. In this palette, there are 18 colors, okay? So now just imagine if you bought this empty and you had your own 18 colors that you wanted to that you bought yourself, and you could just scoop it out and put it in here. And now you're walking around with 18 foundation colors. That's how we did it back in the day. Back in the day, before all of this pre-made stuff, we had to make our own. And that's what I used to do. I used to buy these things called lip. They actually, I like the lip palettes because they were long and thin. And you can put like several in your bag. So I happen to like a lip palette. Again, I'll show you guys in another video, but it's the same premise of a palette. It would be empty and you fill it up yourself with your items, right? So you can do whatever you want it with this when it's empty. That's it. That's what pros do. Pros don't normally do all this preformed palette stuff. Pros make their own palettes. And this is the problem with the way you guys are running around with your bags. And that's why you can't, your tables are just covered with palettes. It's because you're not buying individual colors. You're buying palettes. And you should really buy individual colors. As a pro, you should be buying individual colors because then your life will become a lot easier. Any more questions, beautiful people? She sips. Cool. You're so welcome, Salon XLLC. Yes, but this is inclusion. It's my palette, and I picked 18 beautiful shades for women of color. But honestly, basically, oh, you know what? I was cleaning up in here. Do I still have it or is it gone? I was cleaning up in here and I found the original paper thing that I made to put the inclusion palette together, but I think I actually put it away this time. Yeah, I think I put it away. So you see this little chart of mine that I made up with all the selections of the colors with the colors all that I put in, I dabbed in. I was like, oh, look at that. I'm looking for a nice natural brown color stay lipstick for a client. I would say start to look at, you said brown. So I'm making sure that you said brown. Brown, there's so many pencils in brown, that you can use if you wanted to stay put. I would normally pull out a pencil and fill in their mouths. That's what I would normally do. I'm a big pencil person. I'm a child of the 80s. So I tend to do a lot of makeup even now as I did in the 80s before you had all of this spray stuff and the primers. And we didn't have any of that stuff in the 80s, growing up, 80s, 90s. We didn't have it. So you had to figure out how to make your makeup last. And as a child, I didn't wear makeup as a child. In fact, I barely wore makeup until I was like in my 20s. Okay. But I used to love to wear red lips. I always did. And people they would say to me, how do you get your lipstick to stay on so long? That's because I used pencils. So I'm a big pencil pusher. Like I believe in pencils. So sweetie, go to Sephora. This is when you do your recognizance, when you go to Sephora, and literally this is what I do. I don't go to Sephora. I go to Sephora maybe once a year now because I can't stand it. But normally what I do when I'm doing my research, right? If I'm looking for that one, I don't know, brown pencil that I really, really want that I might want to use for lip color, I will literally go to every single counter or kiosk thing that has a pencil, and you'll see I'll start to go down and literally take it and mark it on my arm. There was one day I was in there looking for a specific brown. Actually, yeah, I was looking for a brown, and I literally had down this arm and this arm pencils, and I was trying to figure out which browns are all different. So you have browns that have grays, you have browns that have reds, you have browns that have blues. So you have browns with all these different types of undertones. And so until you mark it down, you can't really see it. They all kind of look the same. And so all you do is just kind of go through Sephora and find that one brown. That brown is in Sephora. I'm pretty sure it might be in Rimmel. I kind of like Rimmel pencils. It's Rimmel, right? Rimmel, I don't know. Rimmel London. So they have really nice pencils as well, and they're not that expensive. NYX has really good pencils too. So if you're looking for a brown lip pencil, I would honestly go look for an eye pencil. That's what I would do. Gloss or no, that's up to you. It depends on what you want to do with gloss or no gloss. That's on you. I mean, if you're going to do a pencil, then you have to remember that color is going to be matte, right? So if you're going for a matte finish, then that is what you would choose. So that's why I normally like pencils, because this is just a pencil with a little lip balm on top. It's not a shiny lip balm. It's like more of it's kind of waxy, but I have like a lip balm on top. That's all I have. And I put the lip pencil around the perimeter. I left the center kind of clear. So that's why it looks like I have two different colors on. I have one color on. That's an 80s makeup trick. I've been doing that since I was a kid. It's 80s makeup trick. So it depends. How glossy of a gloss do you want? Rosebud Sal gives you a different shine than MAC glass, lip gloss, or whatever they call that. You understand? You have to start to determine the shine and sheen that you want to come off of your, when you do this matte thing that I'm talking about, when you do the lip pencil, you have to decide on how much sheen you want. And you also have to make sure that it's not going to kind of like eat away at what you just did. In term, what I mean by that is like a lot of times people will do what I just suggested in terms of putting on a lip pencil. And then you'll take something kind of greasy or petroleum based, like a Vaseline, that kind of thing. And then you put it on top of it. And then you wonder why it just went away. Well, you just put grease on top of the pencil. So now it's going to slide around, it's going to slide off the face. So you might want to decide, gee, maybe I want something that doesn't have as much oils in it because it's going to eat away at what I just did. So you might want to choose something else. You understand? There's all different ways of doing it. Alicia, hi. Is it an open question video? Yes, my dear, you can ask me. I do like Makeup Forever. I mean, and listen, I don't care where it comes from, honestly. Like, honestly, my favorite, when I had done that whole, I honest to God, I had brown all the way down my arm and on this arm, and I went through everything looking for a brown pencil, everything. And all the pencils that oh God, I think I had gone through like 30 pencils in Sephora, and one was exactly what I needed. One. So I happen to like Sephora because it's the potpourri of makeup. You're not just stuck with one line. That's why I say, if you can go to Makeup Forever, go to Makeup Forever, But Sephora is the plethora of the world. And the one pencil I found, which was an obscure, what I consider an obscure company, was Cargo at the time. Cargo had my favorite brown pencil. It wasn't too red. It wasn't too gray. It was like this weird, like gorgeous in the middle. I can't seem to find it anymore, but that was the pencil. And it took me 2 hours to find it. So that tells you how hard it is to find the brown that you want. Okay, so I just got, let's see, hi, love spell. I just got on, and you probably already covered this, but how do you find your undertone or a client's undertone? We didn't cover that. No, that's a makeup lesson. We didn't cover that. That's maybe I'll come back to that love spell. That's another question. Okay, Alicia Dane. I have a bride this Saturday who takes the cake for most oily skin. I was thinking of using Miron's Skin Prep. I don't know Miron's Skin Prep. I'm very oily myself. One of these days I'm gonna put up a picture because I know nobody believes me. I'm gonna put up a picture because I took one backstage one day when I was running around like a crazy person, and it was hot and humid back there, and it looked like sweat, but it wasn't. It was oil. I'm gonna show you that picture. I'm gonna show y'all that picture, see, because people don't believe how oily I can get. Yeah, I'm not really big into. I don't know Miron Skin Prep, so I can't speak to that. I do my own things. I hate to bring it up because everybody's always asking me what I do for my skin, and every single time I say it, people gasp, "Oh my God, it could have." So I'm not in the mood to go through it tonight. But there are ways to control oil. You should have your client make sure that they do a very good skin prep the night before. So, they need to hydrate, but you need to discuss with your bride what it is that she's using on her face before she gets to you. You get what I'm saying? Because a lot of times what will happen is she could have gotten to you and done some type of weird moisturizer, and that could have jacked you up before she's even gotten to you. So you're going to have to sit down and talk to her about her skin prep and what you want to, you know what I mean? You got to work together with your bride. Okay, so I've heard of that. Someone suggested silicone powder. Okay, try it. I've tried little things like that. See, here's the problem when you guys are trying to control the oil, is that you're creating this surface on oily skinned people, myself, that doesn't have any give. Now that you're trying to control this oil, now it's got no give. So this is not a makeup lesson tonight, but real quickly, in order for makeup to look like skin, there's got to be some type of slickness to it, just a little bit. That's why we moisturize to bring hydration to the skin. What happens with a lot of these oil inhibitors, it sucks the life out of your client's face, and there's no give, there's no slip, there's no nothing. And so you tend to like have to pounce the makeup on. It's like all different things you have to do. That's why I don't tend to like to do those. I tend to like to prep the skin and then maybe do a setting spray and powder really well if they're very oily, or give them, tell them the night before to do a mask, all those types of things. But these oily, I'm an oily person. I don't like oil inhibitors on my skin. I just don't. I don't like the feel. They don't last as long as we keep thinking they do. They just don't. So just for me as an oily skinned person, I'm not really into these oil inhibitors. I'm just not. Maybe like, okay, truth. I normally like to put it around my nose area. That's where I get shiny. And I tend to get shiny down here. Oh, this is over here. I tend to get really shiny in that area. So maybe I would put a little bit more here. But to certainly put it all over somebody's face, yeah, I wouldn't do that. That's just me. Alejandro. I love that name because of Lady Gaga. Hey, DeShawn, I'm soon to graduate. Congratulations. And I keep getting told to work retail at a counter because that's the way to get experience. Do you believe it's necessary? I never worked retail. So no. Is it necessary? Not to me. No. So you asked me a question. No, I don't think it's necessary, but I think they're telling you because that's probably where you'll develop your speed. And then they're telling you that, I guess, so you can work on various different skin tones and skin textures. I started, again, I keep saying my background is film makeup. So working at counter in my mind didn't make any sense. You understand? So I come from a different background. All I did was have my girlfriends over and I painted their faces. That's all I did for practice. And then when I didn't have people to practice on, I practiced on myself and I would change my complexion. I would make myself white. I'd make myself black. I'd make myself 4 shades darker. I would do whatever I could to practice. So that's what I did for me. If you're trying to do beauty and fashion, that's different. That's a different world than you know. I hope I'm making sense to you, Alejandro. But no, do you have to? No, you don't. But I understand why they're telling you to do that. Yeah, I do understand why that's a great suggestion that they think they gave you. But is it necessary? No. I use Urban Decay De-Slick Oil Control, which doesn't dry your client's skin out. Okay. Hi, DeShawn. Love your videos. Thank you, Shokuma. I constantly learn she's just saying nice things. Thank you. I constantly learn so much from your videos. Thank you for taking the time to do them. Well, thank you for watching, because if you didn't watch, I'd be talking to myself. So thank you. Listen, Sonia, if you got something that you think works, then knock yourself out. As an oily skinned person, me no likey. Me no likey. Like I said, I have something I do to my personal skin. It has worked like a charm for over 20 years. And I do it, and I don't do it as much as I used to, but it has worked on my skin for 20 some odd years. That's what I do. And for my oily skin people, I'm just very careful about how I prep the skin. Like I said, I'm just not big on these oil inhibitors, because then the makeup doesn't slide. The makeup kind of goes, it's like, so you're putting it on. It just is, instead of it going like, it's like, me no liking. Okay, so I know she's asked me. Oh wait, let's go back. Oh yeah, I forgot Ulta. I'm not near an Ulta. I don't think New York City, not in the outskirts like Long Island. I don't think that New York City has an Ulta. If they do, I haven't seen one. So I'm just such a Sephora person. So yeah, Ulta's a wonderful. Anything is a wonderful thing. What the hell? Okay, so I think Lovespell asked me skin tones. Sweetie, that is something that you're going to have to start to acclimate yourself to, because it has taken, listen, I'm a makeup artist, right? it has taken me years to figure out that I am olive. People used to always tell me, oh, you're so sallow. Oh, we have to correct that. Blah, 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 blah. Then they put this makeup on me. I walk out there going, what the hell is that on my face? What is that? That don't look right. Da, 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 da. And then I found out whilst I am a makeup artist. So we're talking it's taken me a long time to get my complexion right because everybody wanted to turn me yellow, right? So there's a book called, I think I already put it up, sweetie. There's a book, I believe it's Color Theory for Makeup Artists that I already put in the community section. Go check that book out. Okay. I happen, and you know, the funny thing is, I'm pretty good with color, but even I was thrown when it came to my own complexion. I just couldn't figure out why was nothing working for me. Nothing worked for me. Nothing was working for me. I was like this big orange head. Yeah, there was times that I was just like, people would give me oranges and people would give me all these colors, and I would be like, it's pretty, but that just don't look like me. That just don't look right. I would be so upset. And even professional friends of mine who were in the business for 30 years said to me, oh, you're not yellow, you orange. You know, they would tell me, try this color, try that color. And guess what? They were wrong too. And it was only until, and y'all gonna be like, oh, she's full of, but I'm not. It was only until I was playing around. This is years before the palette. I was playing around with Graftobian, and it had this little greenness to it, and this color that they had in it. And I put it on my face, and I said, "Holy crap, I'm green!" And then ever since then, I've been using that. That's why the colors in the palette. I've been using this olivey tone skin foundation on myself because the problem with a lot of these companies a lot of times is that you can't match color that you don't have. Here we go. You can't match a color you don't have. So if all you have, sweetie, is orange and yellow and you put it on me, it's not going to look right. Right? So you can't, if you don't have the color in your kit, then that's probably one of the reasons why you're having a problem. You don't have that color. So before, what I used to have to do was take a little green and I would put a little green in my makeup and mix it together. But then I don't have it here. Graftobian has this palette by Kevin James Bennett, the Global Corrector palette. And in that Global Corrector palette, there was this green color. Okay. And I used to take this green and I used to take this green and I would just take a little stink and I would mix it into my foundation. And it worked perfectly for me. And every now and then I'll take a green powder and I will mix it into my powder. It works perfectly for me. So you see what I'm saying? So if you're having a problem with colors, it could be your selection of colors that you have in your kit. It's not so much you per se, but it could be what you have. And you're going to have to start to branch out and find colors. And also realize that when you're looking at something, at least recognize the fact that it's not right. Maybe you can't fix it at that moment, but recognize that, that's kind of off. Why is that so off? Just train your brain to see when something's off. Train your brain to start to look at the face and then start to look at the body, right? And then you can start to see the disconnect. That's why YouTube is so famous, because all they do is shoot this. And they get away with showing you beautiful makeup. But I swear to God, if they were to step back, right, they would look crazy. So you got to practice. But I guess I would assume get that book. Good night, Sonia. I didn't see you, girl. I just was looking through your questions to make sure I didn't miss anything. Miss Vicky Washington, you are truly old school. Yes, my darling. I sure the hell am. I took everything. Every makeup trick I've ever learned throughout my whole life is in my head. And I try everything. So yes, if it's from the 80s, you damn straight. It's stuck in here. Yes, everything that I have ever learned. My makeup education starts technically from the 80s. So I think I answered you guys. Mickey. Oh, wait. I think when there's a makeup artist, Troy Surratt. He actually has his own line, but I remember watching him do a video with Lisa Eldridge. He was doing this beautiful makeup. I was dying. It was so gorgeous. And he had recommended this primer that even I was like, I'm gonna try that primer. Good Lord. What I will do is I will find it and I will put it in the community section. He really swore by this primer, and to his credit, he was doing makeup on a young lady who had not so good skin. And, I'm aware of lighting and such. And so it just looked beautiful. So I said to myself, that might be a primer that I would like to see. I would like to try it on myself to see how well it holds up and how it feels on the skin and things like that. But I will put it in the community section. Please follow the community section on this board. And also, please make sure you turn on the notifications, that little bell that's up top. Please make sure you turn on the notifications of this page, of this channel, so you guys know when I pop on, because I might do some surprise stuff only for you people. And make sure you subscribe, because there's going to be times coming that I'm going to only do things that are unlisted. So you got to be part of this page. I keep saying page. You got to be part of this channel to see it. I got some things coming. Some more. Good night, sweetie. I know it's almost time for, listen, it's almost time for the yummies. We have 5 minutes left. Anybody have a question? I'm just going through your questions while y'all saying something. So you guys get it? So for me, again, let's go over this cute little set bag is what I like to carry. This one, and then I have another one. Actually, I have one that it's a little bit bigger than this, but it actually looks like this. It actually looks like this. It's little. It's adorable. I got it off of Amazon. It is so cute. And it really comes in handy. So it's just a tad bit bigger than this, but it looks like it's like completely clear. And I love that one. I get to put the brushes and the full length brushes fit in there and everything. I love that one. So that's another favorite of mine. But like I said, that's already packed away and I can't do anything about it right now. So anybody have any questions, or are we going to go watch the Emmys? That's how she feels about it. Which palette do I use to set makeup? Both. A lot of times, like here lately, I have been the powder queen. I'm not really into powder, but I do realize how important it is to really set in somebody's makeup. So a lot of times I might even I do things like I didn't do it tonight, but I do things like, I'll map out the face, let's say, and, contour and highlight. So then I go over that cream contour and highlight, let's say, with the same kind of colored powder if I have it. So then I go around and then repowder it. And then I might even go back over that area with a loose powder and then do the whole face. So I powder and then powder again. But I'm not a heavy powderer in the first place, but I tend to like to emphasize certain things on the face. Franklin, what advice can you give in terms of networking with other makeup artists? Excuse me. I struggle making a solid connection with others in my industry. Franklin, what you doing? I don't know what you're doing, honey. I don't know what, I mean, maybe you want to do some meet and greets. Maybe you want to find, I don't know who you are, sweetie, but maybe you want to find some meet and greets in your area. Maybe you need to join more Facebook groups and introduce yourself that way, and network that way. It all depends on how you're networking. Are you networking and saying, hi, I'm Franklin, and yo, you got a job for me? Or is it just like, you guys know my favorite word is a genuine connection. You guys know I'm going to say that until I'm blue in the face. A genuine, connection, not a forced, hi, I'm a makeup artist, what can you do for me? And I'm not saying you do that, Franklin, but I'm just saying that. You know what I mean? How are you approaching people? Could you be making people feel funky? That's something you're going to have to gauge for yourself. But a genuine connection, first of all, to be honest with you, I get most of all my jobs from other people. I don't get jobs from makeup artists. I get jobs from other people. Maybe in like almost 20 years now, I've gotten maybe 5 jobs from other makeup artists. I don't rely on other makeup artists to do a thing for me. And you know what I'm saying? For me, okay, frankly, this is how I look at it. For me, my fellow makeup artists, my sisterins and my brotherins, they're like, you guys are my family, right? You guys are friends and family to me. And so I'm not looking for the hookup from a makeup artist. I have other people that hook me up, hair people, sound people, directors, this, that, the other. I have all those other types of people that hook me up. But my makeup artist family, no, I don't expect the hookup. I don't expect them to, I don't expect much from them at all, because I know that we are all in the same boat. And for me, this is how I work it. For me, I would just rather get to know my peeps. And we used to have this saying back in the day that I never was a fan of, throwing bones. And basically what that meant back in the day was, let's say, Franklin, I got you a gig, right? So I say, yo, Franklin, I got a gig for you. Check it out. Go. And you go get the job and, you do a good job, whatever. Throwing bones meant that, so I did you a solid, so you got to do me a solid. That's what that kind of meant. And if you didn't do me a solid, then I was going to have a problem. See, I don't do that. I don't play that game. Like, I don't believe in that. I don't believe in throwing bones. There are many times I will pass a job along to other makeup artists. I'm not expecting you to do anything for me. And so in this industry, unfortunately, you're going to run across people who are throwing you a bone and they're going to expect something back from you. That's when, especially if it's a fellow makeup artist, that's where I go, oh. So a lot of times people may offer me something. I'm like, yeah, no, thank you. You got to know. So when you network, you'll start to know who the snakes are. You got to be careful of that. Start networking outside of makeup, because it's competition. It's all these things. I'd just rather have kumbaya moment with the people. That's how I feel about it. But like I said, I have passed along, I passed along a lot of makeup jobs to other makeup artists. And like I said, a couple of makeup artists have passed along jobs to me. And I'm very grateful. But those are the types of people that don't throw bones. You know what I'm saying? Those are the types of people who are not like, I got you something. How come you ain't giving me something? You get what I'm saying? That's another reason why I'm not really into it. Because, the throwing bones people, you got throwing bones people in this industry that you just got to be kind of like leery of. I ain't into throwing bones. I'm into saying, yo, here's a job for you, or I can't do it here, take it. I'm not into throwing bones. Francois, have a good night, Francois. Bonsoir. I'm assuming that you're French. Yes. So I'm going because it's almost time for the Emmys. Yay! So thank you guys for coming along for this truncated live. Thank you. We might even do it an hour for now on. Hello. But yes, thank you guys for coming by. We have like 4 minutes to Emmy. 4 minutes to Emmy. And I will see you guys next Sunday. And don't forget, I'll be in Chicago. Woohoo! The makeup show. So any you Chicagoans, come on out and say hi. And then that's it. Black girl's gone. Good night, everybody. I can't get off this thing. How do I get off this thing? She's so excited to go see the Emmy. She's like, how do I click off this thing? Oh, God. Good night, guys.